Hi everyone, it's Elise. I am going to be doing my currently inked for July. As you can see, I have, I think, 14 or 15 pens. Here they all are. I am using all my birthday pens that I showed in my birthday haul video. Very excited about those, and I really like all the combinations that I have this month so far. So let's get into it. I did try to do a little bit of a patriotic kind of theme there for 4th of July, but let's go ahead and get started. So the first pen is the AdMach M800 in the orange and yellow swirl. It's not called this on AliExpress, but I forget what it is called, and I did get it on AliExpress. So I love this pen. I've talked about it many times, and it's such a great writer. It has a Schmidt nib. So this is Diamine Spiced Apple. This was an Inkvent ink a couple years ago. I'm not really sure which year it was, but such a perfect bright red, and the gold shimmer is gorgeous. I just love this ink so much. I think I tend to use it in July and December, and that's it. So yeah, this is the AdMach M800 with a fine nib, and I'm just gonna say it's the yellow orange. And there's a little smear. I love this. And you can already see the shimmer there. Oh, so perfect for 4th of July, in my humble opinion. Okay, then next we have the Lamy Safari in Sunset Coral. I believe this is one of their special editions from this year. And this ink is so perfect for this pen. I mean, look at that match, but only as it's going down, because as it dries, it does get darker, which I'm a little bummed about, but it is what it is. And it's still a pretty color. Even when it dries just more muted. I think it might have like a sheen. It's not a bright sheen. It's kind of a subtle sheen, but I think that's what kind of dims it down a bit. But yeah, it's Colorverse Mars Curiosity. I've had this sample forever, and I was like, oh, let me try this for this pen, and it's just perfect. So Lamy Safari. This is a medium nib. It did come with a black medium nib, but I wasn't loving the way that it was writing, so I switched it out for one of my silver medium nibs. And this is called Sunset Coral, I believe. I hope that that's the correct name. But yeah, a really fun bright coral, just like the pen. Okay, I have two carryovers, right? Do I have two? Yes, I have two carryovers from last month. This is one of them. This, I think, has been inked since May. Yeah, since May, which I was really trying to use it up at the end of June, but it just it didn't work. I couldn't use it up. But I don't mind because I love it. I just wanted to try one of my newer inks that was similar in color to this, but yeah, I don't want to empty this out because I really do like it a lot. So I'm just going to keep using it until it's gone. So it is a mix of Kosumosu from Pilot Iroshizuku, and then it has like Tinkerbell from Journalize and a few other things, but I can't remember what exactly is in here. And this is the TWSBI Diamond Iris with a fine nib. And here's that. So cute. Love that. Okay, next I made another orange mix and put it in the Benu Euphoria Jungle King. And it honestly ended up looking a lot like the orange I used last month. So I'll show that. But I really do like this orange a lot. I was trying to go for more of like an orange yellow, which I think it does have a pretty strong yellow look to it. But yeah, I might continue to mess around with it, but I thought I better stop here because I really do like that color, and I love the way that it kind of matches the tones in the lion here. So I don't know what's in it. Sorry. Micah from Cat Collage Club the creator of these beautiful stickers. She did a mixing video on her channel, so I'll link her channel below. It was very recently. And she just mixed so perfectly in that she like measured out everything. And I want to be able to do that. I mean, obviously I'm able to do it. I want to do that, but I'm so impatient when I'm mixing that I never end up doing it. I just throw stuff together and hope for the best. It's a very wet combo, as you can see. So let's compare this to last month's orange. So there's Diamine Inferno orange, and that's mine. Yeah, I guess this one is more like red orange, and this does have more yellow. So yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, and then I have my TWSBI Eco in Matcha. This is one of their newer releases, as I'm sure everyone knows. And I did ink it up with Diamine Meadow, which is a newer ink to me. So I wanted to try it, and I love it. I think it's a great match for this pen. It's similar to Sugar Snap, which I had in here last month, but it's a little bit lighter and brighter. Yeah, I really like this ink color. TWSBI Eco, and this is a fine nib, and it's matcha. So there is that. So cute. All right, this is the other carryover from last month, and I was also trying to use this one up, but I think just because of the fineness of the nib, it's hard to use it up unless you're writing like pages and pages and pages with it, but it has about that much ink left. So it's almost there, and I just thought I don't really have any inks very similar to it in this month, and I really like the color, and I think it's like a nice kind of like palm green for summer. So I thought I'll just keep it. And this is Diamine Golden Ivy. And it's part of their Shimmertastic series. And this is the TWSBI Diamond with an extra fine nib, and it's the Smoke Rose Gold. And it's handled the shimmer perfectly. I've had 0 issues. But yeah, I really like that. All right, this next one is already one of my favorites for the month. It is the Diamine Eco in Persian Green. And I inked it with another new ink that I got probably a month or so ago. And it is Rohrer and Klingner Emerald. It has the German name on the bottle. I don't think it actually says emerald, but when you look it up online, you'll find it if you search for emerald. But it's a really pretty teal color, as you can see. And it flows really nicely. It's a wet ink, as far as I can tell. This is a fine nib, and it's the Persian Green. And I think it's like a really good match. It's very matchy. I love that. This feels wetter than this. So I think this ink is wetter than Diamine Meadow, since they're both fine nib Ecos. But yeah, I'm really enjoying writing with this one. Okay, next I got two more of the Pilot family series. This is Boy, and then I also got Baby, and then the only other one I have right now is Girl, which is the pink one. And I love this color. I've been seeing people use this one a lot, and I was like, dang, I gotta get it, and they're so inexpensive. So this is Kaweco Paradise Blue. Originally, this had the fine nib on it, but I switched it because it just felt like this ink was a little too dry for a fine nib, but it's perfect in the medium. So this is the Pilot Kakuno medium, and it's Boy. All right, so moving over to the next page, I have another one of my favorite combos this month, which is in the TWSBI Eco Sky Blue. I love this color blue. I think it's so pretty and just fresh and springy, summery. I just love it. Okay, this has one of the newer inks that I showed in my birthday video. Look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is Diamine Bow Blue. And yeah, I had not heard of this blue. I just randomly saw it on the Van Ness website and I thought it looked cool. I love this. It is gorgeous. And it goes absolutely perfectly with this pen. I don't know if this fine nib is a little bit broader than the other fine nibs or if this ink is really wet, but this writes to me more like a medium, like it just, the ink kind of spreads out a little bit, which is not in a bad way. It just feels a little broader. But yeah, I absolutely love this. It is such a gorgeous light blue. Look how pretty that is. It's just so pale and cute. All right, next is the Lamy Safari in Spring Green. This has a shimmer ink in it. This one writes super wet and broad. And it is Van Diemen's Azure Kingfisher. And I thought this was the other ink that I picked, especially for like the red and blue, for red, white, and blue of July. This is so gorgeous with its gold shimmer, and it has a little bit of a red sheen. I noticed that it doesn't show as much coming out of this pen, which is interesting, but yeah, it's gorgeous. Lamy Safari with a medium in Spring Green. I don't know if it's the ink. I don't remember this ink being like super wet. So I think this medium nib might just be really broad. But yeah, I'll have to, this is the first ink I've tried in here. So next ink I put in here, we'll see, but it is very, very wet. That is a gusher for sure, which is not normally my favorite, but I actually don't mind it. It's been good. It's been okay. All right, I decided to try this very cheapy Jinhao pen that I've heard people talk about. Was never really drawn to it before, but I'm starting to really like be into this light blue color, and I saw it on Amazon and it was like a couple bucks, so I was like, yeah, let me try it. It's not the best nib and it's not the worst nib, but yeah, it's okay. Like I wouldn't buy another one, but it's okay. It's a good pen. And this is Rohrer and Klingner Solferino. I used this a couple months ago and I really just wanted the beautiful bright magenta again. And last time I used this ink, it really stained the inside of my converter. Like it is still pink to this day. So I thought, let me use it in a cheap pen that if this converter gets stained, like I have a million of these type of converters, so I could just either dedicate it to this one converter or whatever. Yeah, it's not a big deal, but I love that color. It does seem to write a little bit drier in this nib, but totally fine. It still writes well. Then the next one is the other Kakuno from the Family series. And this is the baby. And the baby has a little pacifier on the face, which is so funny. And this is Kaweco Summer Purple. So I like this color when it goes down, but it definitely dries to a darker, kind of more dusty looking purple, which is not my favorite, but that's okay. I wanted to still use it and try it. I remember I had this before, and now I know that I remember now that that's why I didn't like it before either. Pilot Kakuno with a medium nib, and this is Baby. All right, I wanted to use my Asvine P20. I haven't used this one in quite a while. And I put in here an ink that I got from Jill recently in a trade, and it is Diamine Winter Miracle, and this is a deep dark purple with shimmer and sheen. And I changed the nib on here to be a fine nib. I had an extra fine nib on here, but I just felt like the fine would be better with the shimmer. This does seem like a really wet ink though. I mean, it's flowing perfectly. I've had no issues. And I like it. I like this combo. I like this really dark purple to use as like a good neutral in place of a black or whatever. Like, I just really like it. Okay, this was exciting. I swapped TWSBI Diamonds with Sherry of Faith and Fountain Pens. I have been, as you guys know, loving my extra fine in the diamond, and I had 2 mediums that I never used because they were just too broad. And so Sherry and I were talking, and she was saying she wanted a medium one, and we decided to trade. So I got another extra fine, and I have one in smoke rose gold and I have one in white rose gold. So I am in love with this. It writes so beautifully, just like the other one. I decided to use Monteverde Moonstone. It's a very wet ink, and I just love this color. And again, I just like to have a few like neutrals so that, you know, sometimes spreads just need a more neutral color. So TWSBI Diamond. And this is extra fine, and it's white rose gold. And I love it. Oh, I forgot to do my, oops, my swirlies and my swipes on the last 2. Let me go back. My dog is making noises in the background. If you hear something, that's Baxter. And here's this one. Gorgeous. All right, last one. If you guys saw my video yesterday, you will have seen my TWSBI Eco in Serpentine, and I am obsessed. It's so beautiful. I just love it so much. And I inked it up with Diamine Salamander, which is one of my favorite Diamine greens. I just love how muted and kind of grungy it is, and I haven't used it in a long time. TWSBI Eco, another fine nib. These are, I think I'm just always going to order Ecos in fine because it's really truly my favorite nib size. I would like extra fine, but I've gotten scratchy ones, so it feels like really hit and miss with extra fines. Now he's drinking water, so I'm sure you can hear that. So yeah, that is that, and it is such a good match. I love it so, so much. And that is all of them. So let's zoom out and let me focus. Look at that spiced apple. So pretty. It totally reminds me of a firework. Love that. Mars Curiosity. Let me write next to it again so we can see how much it actually darkened. So if I do that. I don't know how well you can actually see it on camera, but in person I can see it's a lot brighter right there. And then it just, yeah, darkens down to a more muted shade, which again is fine. Pilot Kosumosu mix. That one you can barely see the shimmer anymore. I think I used all that shimmer up. And then my orange mix, which I was going for an orangey yellow, and I think it's pretty good. And it has some shimmer in it. I really like that. Diamine Meadow. Diamine Golden Ivy. You can see that one has some beautiful gold shimmer in it. The shimmer doesn't show as much in the writing because it's an extra fine nib, but it's still there. It's just more subtle. I really like that. Rohrer and Klingner Emerald. So gorgeous. in person, it's like a little brighter than it shows on screen. But yeah, it's a gorgeous teal color. Oh, I forgot to do the swipe there too. Oh well. Kaweco Paradise Blue. I really like that one. Again, I think it's a little bit dry because in the fine nib it felt dry, and yeah, but in the medium it's perfect. Diamine Bow Blue. I absolutely adore this ink. It's such a good find. If you like a baby blue color, I just highly recommend this one. It is so beautiful and perfect. Van Diemen's Azure Kingfisher. This was my other firework color, and look at that. Like, it has that gold shimmer and the red sheen, and it is so pretty. So 4th of July. I just love it. And then we have Rohrer & Klingner Solferino, which is writing a little bit dry in this pen, but we're going to see how it goes. But I love that color. Kaweco Summer Purple. Diamine Winter Miracle. You can see that gold that you're seeing is sheen. And then it also has shimmer. I cannot even really tell what the shimmer color is because of the sheen. It kind of takes it over. But it's a really pretty ink, and I really like the dark purple like tone to it. And then Monteverde Moonstone and Diamine Salamander are standard inks, no shimmer or sheen, but gorgeous nonetheless. So yes, that is all of my inks for July. I'm looking forward to using all of them. And last month I actually used up everything except for Diamine Golden Oasis. I ended up emptying that. I think that's it. I carried over Golden Ivy and I carried over Cosmoso. Everything else I used up. Oh, I did empty out Hope Pink. There was a little bit of that left, and I did empty that out. But yeah, I was really proud of how I used everything. So yeah, that went really well, and I will let you know next month how this goes. I hope everyone has a wonderful July, and let me know what your favorite pen and ink combo is, either from June or what you're using for July. I'd love to hear, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.